Guys, this is what Israel has to deal with. Hundreds of rockets are being shot now from Lebanon. We'll talk about this. But first, let's summarize the situation in Gaza. Shalom guys, and welcome to another update on the war in Israel. The situation in Gaza is very dynamic, but Israeli military is expanding every day the territory it controls. Here on this map, you can see in the blue color showing the territory controlled by the Israeli army. The orange color on this map shows you the refugee camps set up by Israel. Since my last update, Israel took even more territory that it controls now. So currently the IDF is finishing up taking control of the last parts of the Khan Yunis city in the Gaza Strip. So Israel still needs to take the territory around the Al-Amal hospital. And this is not a simple task because the Palestinians, Hamas, are using hospitals as their military bases. Not a single hospital in the Gaza Strip was not used for military purposes. So it's like attacking a fortress, not a hospital. So the IDF is now gathering forces to give a final blow to Hamas. And to do that, they need to take control of Rafah, which is located on the border with Egypt. Now, when this is happening, Egypt is sending its troops and military equipment to the border with Gaza so that nobody can enter Egypt. So they are anticipating huge amounts of refugees, but they're saying to them, you can't enter. And this is the hypocrisy of the world. They don't see that Egypt has a closed border with Gaza. If they care so much about the Palestinians, why do they not want to open their borders? You know why? Because they don't want terrorists. Anyway, let's discuss why Rafah is so important. Well, if you look at the map of Gaza, here is Rafah. So this is a major urban area controlled by Hamas. So if you look at this again, here is the Gaza city, which Israel took control already. So Israel controls the northern side of the Gaza Strip. Now Israel is sealing its control in Khan Yunis. Here is the refugee area. And here is Rafah. So Rafah is really the last stronghold of Hamas. And there are two reasons why Israel must take control of this area. First reason is because that's where Hamas is, that's their last stronghold, and they will be a threat until they will be eliminated. And second, even more important, this is probably where most of the hostages are held. You know, Hamas is escaping like a rat, going back and back, and this is their last place where they can hide, and where they can hide the hostages. So Israel did not abandon their mission to rescue the Israeli citizens, and we are praying for their return home. But guys, unfortunately, the war is far from over. As I promised, here is the material showing you rockets fired from Lebanon onto the territory of Israel. And only because Israel has the Iron Dome and the protection of God, those rockets, most of them are shut down. But it's a huge, huge threat. And it costs a lot of money for the Israeli army to actually intercept those missiles. Now guys, I can't show you the actual video showing you the rockets that are fired from Lebanon into Israel and how the Iron Dome is protecting Israel. And this is because YouTube does not like this material and will restrict it. But you can see a different version of my report on Rumble. So I'll be saying more about Rumble in the end of the video, but you can check it out there. Now, to get things straight, Israel is attacked from Lebanon by another terrorist organization called Hezbollah, and they are sponsored by Iran. So it's a another front that Israel needs to deal with. And Hezbollah has a very sophisticated plan to kill and kidnap Israeli citizens in the Galilee. So they actually want to do exactly what Hamas did on October 7. This is coming from them, their propaganda video that they published. They want to do it. And Hezbollah are a far greater threat than Hamas. Iran actually likes Hezbollah much more than it likes Hamas, because Hamas is Sunni and Hezbollah is Shia, like the main religion in Iran. And they're putting in much more money into Hezbollah than they are in Hamas. And throughout the years, Hezbollah has been gathering weapons and preparing for a final war with Israel. So to have a good understanding, Israel is actually fighting on 5 different fronts. So you have Gaza, where you have Hamas, and I told you about this situation. Then we have the West Bank, where also Hamas attacks Israel, and there is instability there. Then, of course, we talked about Lebanon, where you have Hezbollah on the southern border with Israel, and the rockets that are being fired. And then from Syria also there are rockets being fired. And of course, the big player in the region is Iran, that hates Israel so much. So Iran is causing most of the problems of Israel. So Israel, this tiny nation, is attacked by this big nation of Iran. And this basically means that as long as Iran is in the region influential, there will be war. So Israel can eliminate the temporary problems, threats from Hezbollah and Hamas, but the real problem is in Iran, that is providing money for all that military activity. Now guys, things are escalating really fast because Israel strikes back. Here you can see pictures of Israeli strikes in Lebanon here and now in Syria. So Israel is responding, and this is escalating really, really fast. And you know guys, Hamas is a piece of cake compared to Hezbollah and Iran. This is a totally different game, and we're looking at the major conflict that is about to erupt. So guys, please pray for the peace of Jerusalem. There are some turbulent times ahead of us. If you pray for the peace of Jerusalem, you are actually praying for the peace of the world. Because the true peace, the Shalom peace, can only be provided by the Messiah. And when the Messiah comes, he will restore the proper order in the world. And finally, there will be peace in the Middle East and in the world. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video, hit that bell button so that you are notified when new videos will come out. Also, special thanks to all the people who support the channel through Patreon and through PayPal. Thank you so much for your support. Your support actually makes this happen, that we are able to continue this channel. So thank you so much. Every support is greatly appreciated. If you would like to support me, my brother, the best way to do it is through Patreon and PayPal. So I'll be leaving links to those pages in the description of this video. Lastly, what I want to say is that I also started creating a Rumble channel. Rumble is much better in sharing things than YouTube, that has a lot of restrictions. So I will be creating also updates using this platform where I can share more stuff with you. So I'm also leaving a link to my Rumble channel in the description of this video. So once again, thank you again. Have a great evening, great day, whatever time it is in your place where you live, and Shalom.